Well, we finally got to meet Group C from the good, the bad, and the cuddly season of The Masked Singer, and what an episode it was. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It, and welcome to my Masked Singer recap and reaction video. We finally got to meet Group C, and before we launch into all of that stuff, I want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We recap the Masked Singer every single week here on the channel. I give you the clues, who the panel thinks is under the mask, who I think is under the mask, and we go from there. And tonight, well, we met Group C, finally, the last 5 singers for the program this season, the good, the bad, and the cuddly. We had the Prince, Baby Mammoth, Queen Cobra, and Space Bunny. Very intricate names this time. The Baby Mammoth and the Space Bunny, and very specific. Oh, and the 5th one, Jack in the Box. All right, so this is the infamous Rudy Giuliani episode. If you're tuned into this, hopefully you've already seen the episode or you've heard about it or whatever. But usually on this video, I do a live reaction every week to who is being unmasked. I pause it right as they're doing the take it off thing, and then I play it for you as I watch live and react. But there was no chance to do that this week because you know, this is obviously one of the most talked about things in Masked Singer history. We've been hearing about Rudy Giuliani being on this show for months now. And since we hadn't seen him yet, a lot of people were thinking, oh, maybe he was edited out. Maybe they, you know, figured something else out. Maybe they got a last-minute 5th singer in for his place. But, you know, the show being what it is, I guess it would be near impossible to do something like that. Because you've already had these other 4 people sing, and it would be, I think, wildly unfair to them, you know, to have to sing again or something, or to grab a last-minute person. So I guess I understand why they couldn't really edit around it. But infamously, Robin and Ken left the panel floor shortly after he was revealed. They did a little bit of the interview thing, and then, you know, Ken says, "I'm done," and then leaves. And God bless him for it. I give Ken a lot of crap, but good for him. I can't believe that this even happened. We haven't really talked about it too much on this channel. I've talked about it in private with a lot of my friends, but I didn't do like the preview show this year where I reveal some of the preview clues. So we didn't have that to go off of, and I just sort of launched into the season as it was. And since he hadn't come up yet, I mean, I talked about it a little bit with you guys in the comments, but you know, I thought, okay, well, then maybe he really is edited out, maybe he's not on. But here's the reason I can't do a live react to it, is because I knew within moments of the show airing that he was on and that this was the episode. I work most Wednesday nights, so I don't usually watch the show until about midnight. And I'm pretty good about keeping my head completely in the sand. You know, I'm not a part of, you know, spoiler groups or anything like that. So, you know, but by the time from when it airs to when I watch it a few hours later, I usually don't know anything about the night's episode. But tonight, there was no escaping it. It was all over social media. Rudy Giuliani was the Jack in the Box. Jackass in the box, I like to say. Look, I don't get political much on my channel. I don't see the purpose. This is a review channel. We talk about movies. We talk about TV. But every so often something comes up that sort of forces us to talk about politics a little bit, right? And I for the life of me, don't understand why the producers of The Masked Singer thought this was a good idea, other than to get people talking. Maybe the ratings have been sagging the last couple seasons, which I know they have a little bit. It's still popular, but nothing like it was, you know, say 2 years ago or something. So, okay, maybe let's shake it up by getting someone who is currently embroiled in all of this legal controversy about a treasonous attack on our country. I'm not going to do politics, but it's like, dude, what are we doing here? Like Sarah Palin was on a couple of seasons ago, and to me that was like, okay, I didn't really care one way or the other. She's, you know, she's sort of past her political career or whatever. I really didn't mind her being on, but this was something wholly different. This is a current legal issue going on, and we're just going to play games and have you sing a song. So real quick, I'll just go over his clues and say what the panel thought. He was at the Lovebirds Wedding Chapel. For this group, like they did the first time Group A and Group B went, they did like little advertisements for whatever. And his was for this Lovebirds Wedding Chapel ad. We saw a judge gavel. He said he's officiated over 200 weddings. He was at a place called the Four Seasons. That's obviously, a link to that Four Seasons landscaping debacle. There was a spaceship there. There was an Irish, like a little four-leaf clover on a football. So the original guesses from the panel were Robert Duvall, Elon Musk, and Joe Pesci. So when it was announced he was being voted off, everybody stuck with their original guesses. Jenny stuck with Joe Pesci, Robin said Robert Duvall, Ken said Elon Musk, and Nicole thought maybe Al Roker. Now, I have to be honest. I've heard enough interviews with Rudy Giuliani that his voice is fairly distinct. I'm not sure what I would have thought if I didn't know. Maybe I would have liked Robert Duvall as a guest. I don't know. Certainly somebody much older. But yeah, I'm not going to count this episode as a for or against on my total, and I'm not going to count it as a person voted off. So I am still 4 for 8 so far this season, because I just, it's impossible for me to say whether or not I would have known it was him all along. So whatever, it was him, and he said he wanted to do it for his granddaughter and do something different, and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Go to hell. All right, so we've got the 4 actual people that we're going to talk about. The Prince from the good team, the Baby Mammoth from the cuddly team, Queen Cobra from the bad team, and Space Bunny from the cuddly team. So for the Prince, we have preview clues for, I think, 3 of these 4 people. No, for all of them, actually. Jack in the Box was the only one without a preview clue. So for the Prince, we saw a blue and white Letterman's jacket with the number 30 on it. So possibly some sort of sports figure. He was hawking this 80s workout video for his ad. We saw the word Mars on an exercise ball. There was a teddy bear toss sort of back and forth between 2 people. A diamond ring. 2 of the exercises that he was hawking in the video were the lily pad leap and the reach and bend, which Nicole sort of thought reach and bend could be R&B, an R&B star. And then the final thing in the ad was, get all this for just 3 payments of $20.06. So 2006, 2006. He sang The Cup of Life, the Ricky Martin jam. Love that song. And after he sang, he said it's great to be back on a team. He wants to knock it out of the park, and he's performed in front of many, but nothing like this. And then as we went to commercial, we saw a clue about his BFF. It was Jamie Lee Curtis talking about how, she's the final girl. Jamie Lee Curtis, from all the horror movies. I'm the final girl. All right, so the guesses from the panel: Enrique Iglesias, Derek Jeter, or A-Rod. There was, clues with the diamond ring, meaning, okay, maybe something J-Lo. He did sing the song both in Spanish and English in different parts. So this is somebody who speaks Spanish. So, all of these guesses, I think, are in line with that. Personally, I think they're actually going too hard on the clues with the sports stuff. So I am leaning towards it not being a sports star. I don't hate the Enrique Iglesias guess. I'm not sure what some of these clues mean, though. I don't know Enrique Iglesias. Does he have something specific with 2006? I don't know. I have an interesting guess. I'm just going outside the box here because I don't think it's a sports star. I think they're leaning on that too heavily. But I have a guess. I don't know about his Spanish, but this person was on the TV show Glee. So this would maybe saying back on a team relates to that, and also the blue and white Letterman jacket, because I believe he was one of the football players on Glee turned Glee Club singer. In 2006, he had his first feature film, which he got heavy praise for, called United 93. I think this could be Cheyenne Jackson, which maybe you don't know him by name, but I bet you've seen him in something. And with the Jamie Lee Curtis stuff, now I don't think she appeared in any of these shows, but He was in a few different seasons of American Horror Story, so of course that could be sort of the final girl connection there. So I don't know. I think they're relying too heavily on the sports clues for it to actually be an athlete. I'm going to go with Cheyenne Jackson for the Prince. And he sings very, very well, which, if you watched Glee, you know that this dude can sing, and he's got a ton of Broadway experience as well. So that's why he said maybe, he's performed in front of many crowds. All right, so Baby Mammoth is next from Team Cuddly. The preview there was sparkly red flats, just like Dorothy wore in The Wizard of Oz. All right, and hers was a hair care ad for some shampoo and Mammoth conditioner. And she talked about hair being dull, dry, and dreadful. So 3 Ds there in a row. I don't know what that necessarily means. Maybe somebody associated with Guy Fieri and, diners, drive-ins, and dives. We saw a blue binder and a coffee mug from people that were sitting in the salon chairs. There was a silver medal with the number 2 on it. We saw a matchstick, and there was a megaphone with the word cheer on it. Like the cheerleader calls with those megaphones. And then lots of clues about ice, because Mammoth, of course, is an Ice Age animal. All right, the song she did was Walkin' After Midnight, the old Patsy Cline classic. And then she had a very, very bizarre interview afterwards with Nick. He was asking her about, what it feels like to be on the stage or whatever, and she said something about how she can't poop on the stage there. I don't know why she was thinking about pooping on the stage. It made no sense. Somebody with a warped sense of humor, though, I think. And she said she's gotten lots of silver in her career. All right, so guesses from the panel include Nancy Kerrigan. Of course, thinking about silver medalists there. Kathleen Turner, which actually, going by the vocals, was my thought. I think Nicole said that. And going by the vocals, I was thinking Kathleen Turner as well. That would make sense. Suzanne Summers was talked about, and also Rachel Ray. Robin was going in that direction. Okay, I have a couple different guesses for this. I think from the voice, I was thinking Kathleen Turner, but I'm not sure how to match any of the clues up. When we saw the megaphone that said cheer on it, Jenny was thinking, okay, maybe Kirsten Dunst or somebody from Bring It On. And there's a few people from Bring It On that it could be, but I think it's somebody older than that, or at least somebody that sounds older. There was a movie called But I'm a Cheerleader, and it starred Natasha Lyonne, who currently is in Russian Doll on Netflix, but she was in the American Pie series. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it could be her. Her voice is certainly raspy from some alcohol and drug abuse over the years, which she's been very candid about. But I'm going to go, again, a little out of the box here, and this woman does have a very bizarre sense of humor, so that's why maybe she's talking about pooping on the stage. The cheer on the megaphone makes me think of Cheers, the TV show. And the voice, this is somebody with a deeper voice for a female. I think maybe this is Kirstie Alley. I mean, there weren't any like Scientology clues or anything like that. And I'm not sure about the, medal for number 2. Although she was the second woman on Cheers, because of course Shelley Long left after the first 4 seasons. So that could be something with that. I don't know. I don't think it's correct, but that's what I'm going with. I'm trying to go a little bit away from what the judges were thinking this week, but I don't know. Some of these clues are tough, which I like about this season. Up next was the Queen Cobra from Team Bad. Her preview was a comic book sketch of a Superman-esque figure with a question mark on the uniform. So maybe somebody from a superhero series or something. All right, and in fact, the ad was a cops and robbers motif with superheroes and villains, and there were 2 cobras that we saw in the clue package across from each other fighting the robbers. So there may actually be 2 people in this costume. We're not sure. There may be 2 separate costumes, I guess is what I mean to say. We saw a rocket. We saw pirates. We saw a big kapow like they used to do in the old Batman show. We saw a photo of Bradley Cooper. And she said she's been turning goodies bad since 1990. Okay, and she did Good as Hell by Lizzo. Love that track. And there were 8 cobras on the stage. Now, how many were actually singing? No clue. But the panel and even Nick certainly thinks maybe there are two as the Cobra instead of just one, and they're sort of tricking us with that. I'm not so sure about that, but we'll see what they think. In her post song interview, she said she keeps you on your toes and guessing, and keeping the panel ready for some action. So we're thinking maybe an action star. All right, so the panel was all over with this one. Ken was thinking it was Anne Hathaway because of the Batman stuff. She was, of course, Catwoman in that one Dark Knight movie. And then Robin was thinking it could be Jada and Willow. And, of course, this would have been filmed before the Oscars and the slap and all of that. So, I don't know. I don't think it's them, but obviously he wouldn't have guessed that, I think, if this were recorded after the fact. And then Brandy and Monica, the famous singers from the 90s. There was that clue, turning goodies bad since 1990. All right, again, I'm going to go a little bit left of center here. And I don't think it's this person because I think they are very busy filming and, going on press tours soon for all of their many upcoming films. But what I thought right away with the rocket, I was thinking, okay, they want us to think about space, but what else could rocket mean? Well, I think Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, there was a photo of Bradley Cooper, who is also in Guardians of the Galaxy. This person also dated Bradley Cooper for a few years, and she was in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and we saw a pirate in there. Again, I think I'm probably wrong on this, but I think this could potentially be Zoe Saldana. Obviously, she's got a lot of movies coming out because Guardians 3, I believe she's still a part of, even though, spoiler alert for the movie 3 years ago, but she died in the one Avengers movie, but it's still listed on her credits as upcoming and filming, so I guess she's in it. Maybe in a flashback, or maybe they bring her back to life or something. It is a comic book movie. But also she's got the Avatar 2 and 3 coming up. But I believe those are filmed already, so they're in post, from what I understand. But anyway, I don't know. It could very well be two people, and she might not even be one of them. But also the clue, ready for some action. She's done mostly action films, be it Star Trek or the Marvel stuff, or Columbiana or Avatar, So I thought maybe the action thing was a clue. Again, I don't think it's her, but I'm just throwing it out there, trying to be a little bit different from the panel. All right, for Space Bunny on the Cuddly team, his preview clue was a pink neon sign in the shape of North Carolina. He said he's got a long career if you want a long career, his message, his ad was all about like being in the office and all this stuff. Was it a coffee like boost or something? He's had a long trailblazing career, he said. We saw a bee coming up to try and sting him. We saw a red like painted hand on a Xerox copy. We saw lightning, we saw a basketball, and we saw a sheepdog. And he sang Jump in the Line, the great Harry Belafonte tune that they do at the end of Beetlejuice. That's how I think many people my age know the song. But that's a great tune. And he said in his clue package, or in his post interview, he said, I shoot for the moon with everything I do. So the guesses from the panel included Sean Paul. Not a bad guess from Robin. LeBron James, possibly. A lot of basketball clues, certainly. But this one I am going to stick with the panel on, because even before Nicole said it, I thought, from the voice, I think this is Shaggy, and I am quite positive on it. The reason I even think that is because just a few weeks ago, he was a guest on another Fox TV show, Name That Tune. They're doing a celebrity edition this season, and he was one of the singers on it. He didn't have any clue about the music, but he sang on that show, and it reminded me of what his voice sounds like, and it sounds exactly like this guy. And then not only that, but in the post-interview, he was laughing in a particular way, and I feel like that's the way he laughed when he was on Name That Tune a few weeks ago. As for the clues, well, we had a sheepdog, a shaggy dog, some might say, like the shaggy dog from the movie. And then the biggest clue for me, other than that, was in the preview, the big neon sign in the shape of North Carolina. His first hit back in 1993 was a song called Oh Carolina. So obviously, they want you to think, oh, it's somebody from North Carolina. And I did look up a couple things about the Portland Trailblazers, because he kept saying, trailblazing career. and we saw the basketball clues, but like Damian Lillard, which Robin did mention, has nothing to do with North Carolina. The other person I looked up that I don't remember his name now, but I guess he is one of the stars currently, is also not from North Carolina. So I don't know. From the vocals alone, I was guessing Shaggy, even before Nicole said it. So this one I'm definitely going with the panel on, and I think it could be Shaggy. All right, well, look, that's it. I know I got a little fired up at the beginning, but I still don't quite understand why they thought that was a good idea to have Rudy on the show. But look, hey, we're talking about it, and many news outlets are going to be talking about it, so it's a way to get their name out there. But I don't know. I'm with Ken. I think that was BS. And I'm glad that he got voted off immediately. You know what? In terms of predictions, I guess I should say who I think at this point might win for Group C. Honestly, there's a lot of good singers here. I think it might be the Prince, especially because so far we have 2 women in the final. So I think, Baby Mammoth is not good enough. Queen Cobra actually was, pretty good with the vocals. But again, I think because we already have 2 females in, let's mix it up and have a guy win for Group C. So, we have some gender mix-up in the finale. I'm going to give it to the Prince at this point in time. I think maybe he's got the upper hand vocally anyway. All right, that will do it. Thank you for watching. We will be back next week with Group C again. They're going to kick off, I think, one more. And then we'll have the double elimination in 2 weeks. And then I think the final, I don't know if they're going to do a semifinal before that or not, but we're just a few weeks away here from the finale. So there you go. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.